Welcome to the fucking show.
Welcome to the show. Have a seat, my nigga. Recline back. Real niggas making it.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Hey, let's go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Acquired Taste Media Podcast. You know who it is. SOE Cash Cow. And I'm here with my professional panel of podcasters, two baddies. You know who I got to my right? Miss Maria Torres. How are you today,
Marissa?
How are you today?
Hi, my name is Marissa. I'm here joining the pod. I'm excited to be
Like
here,
Marissa.
make some culture.
You don't look like a bad Marissa. All right, Maria Torres. Say what's up, Maria.
Act like you don't know my name. Maria Torres at mTorres669 on Instagrams.
That comes at the end, but okay. And then to the right of her, we have my girl, Asia Latrice. Love and light, peace and blessings, all that good stuff.
Great. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
How you ladies been doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, just trucking along.
Just trucking along.
Day by day.
Anything new in you guys' lives? Any new pets? Any new boyfriends? Any girlfriends? Anything like that? Anything new started in the game? Just asking. No?
No, I'm just trying to get my boys in some summer sports. You know, that's the thing now.
Right.
Get the kids active
With
before
the kids,
school
summer
ends.
sports?
Soccer and gymnastics is what they into. So
Okay.
we'll see
Maria,
how
what
that
about you? You get
goes.
people into summer sports too?
My kids always are involved in sports. Jordan just finished his little basketball season. It was cute. And I'm getting a new family member in the house, so we're probably going to try to stay as active as possible this summer.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Activity is key.
Yeah, I've been keeping my son active too, making him work out and stuff like that. So yeah,
It's good.
I just keep him active, period. Like, in the house, wherever we at, drop down and give him 20, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, that's what we on. That's what we've been on lately, physical, keeping him fit. But, so, we talked earlier, we're going to switch gears when it comes to the podcast now. It's going to be more of somewhat of a review type podcast, right? Because, I go down my timeline a lot throughout the day, and I'm just like, I want to make a video for everything sometimes. Like, I should just make a video for, I'll make a video for this, So you know what, I'm like, what we're going to do is just make a podcast about all of them at once. And then just get everybody's perspective on what they may think about some of the things that come across my timeline. As well as, if you ladies ever want to talk about something that come across your timeline, then, let me know and we can talk about that too. So, a lot of things that I know that I usually save that come across my timeline is usually relationship stuff that has to do with, this male-female dynamic. And let's see. Well, let's just get into it. I'm gonna turn it off the Bluetooth because I don't think you guys can hear it because I can't really hear it.
You guys know I can't hear you. The toughest person you've ever met in your life.
No, I didn't know you were deaf. At
Yes,
all.
you did know
I didn't know you
I
was
told
deaf.
you guys every time.
You shouldn't say that type of stuff.
You don't
'cause
listen,
You're not really
Howard.
deaf. You might end up being deaf from that.
No, you don't understand. You don't crack the door.
All right, check this out.
You don't crack the door.
56% of marriages end in divorce.
Can we all hear that?
When you think about it, that's the ones that end in divorce.
If you break it down fundamentally, 56% of marriages end in divorce. Like, think about, that's the ones that end in divorce. So how many people, what percentage stay together for the kids? Or because they don't want to give away half their shit? Another 10%? That's conservative. But let's say 20% then, okay?
That's at least right.
You now have a technology that fails 76% of the time. That's insane. That's more likely than not. 76%. If I told you there's a 76% chance when you walk out the door today you're going to get hit in the head with a bowling ball, you would not go out, or you'd wear a helmet for sure. But people just continue to get married. Not only do they continue to get married, there's a presumption that you should get married. And if you don't get married, there's something wrong with you. So if you've got a girlfriend and you've been with her for 5 years, and you say to someone, we're getting married, they go, oh, that's great. They don't go, why? You're happy. Why would you get married? Like everything's going fine. Why would you put yourself through that? Why would you run that risk? If you say to someone, we've been together 5 years and we've decided we're not going to get married. We're going to move in together, but we're not going to get married. Ooh, what's wrong? You have intimacy issues? What's your problem? Meanwhile, 56% end in divorce. It's literally fits the legal definition of negligence.
So, more than half of relationships or half of marriages say end in divorce. We're not going into specifics of divorce, but it's saying more than half end in divorce. And people still, until this day, get married as well as look forward to getting married. So, do you guys feel that, first off, do you guys feel that those statistics are correct? Or could you maybe be, reaching a little bit?
It's an interesting number.
Yeah, because that's half.
Yeah, that's over half.
It's over half, but it's half, and it's
That's
56.
Like, it's interesting because I think a lot of people are still believing in the idea of love and that they're not going to be a part of that statistic. But if that's current statistic, like, I don't know, we have to figure that out, like, to see if that's really the statistic number. That's a high number. And for being divorced, like, I mean,
Oh, you are part of that number.
part of that number.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. What about you, Maria? You part of that number?
I am not. I have
Okay.
never been married.
You
I've
ain't
been in
even
a
in there
very
now. You ain't even in
lengthy,
there.
very long marriage-like relationship without the marriage.
Okay. So do you believe in that number? You believe that's
I
true?
do.
You think it's
You believe it's more than half people in the
And
world?
it's
Because the world is
Realistic and
different. It's
married?
not what it used to be. Marriage is
Everybody should
not.
just be together, not get married.
Right, because but at the
Hey,
same
that's
time,
right.
like it's it could be a beautiful thing if it's done right. Like I saw it done right, and
What, marriage?
yeah, but
Okay.
it was done right on a different foundation. Like the way everything is turning nowadays, like everybody's so
It's a
accessible.
different era now, it's different.
Yeah, and then so many things are acceptable, and people are being introduced to things they probably maybe wouldn't have felt so comfortable going out and trying back in the day. It's just a smorgasbord of things that contributes to like the failure of marriage, and so it's almost like nowadays if somebody actually wants to be married to someone, wants to share a last name, wants to create a legacy, and walk in the way, or some people do it for spiritual reasons, like all of that. If it's difficult to find another person who's there with you, or to even get them there with you. There's such a fear put on marriage. There's so much stigma put on marriage, like marriage is a negative thing, and we have to, as women as a whole, we do have to accept some responsibility for that, because hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and there's been women that have taken, I'm gonna take him for everything he's got. And, it turned into something evil when it wasn't supposed to be that. It's supposed to be about caring for your family and making sure everybody stays at the same level they were at when you were at home. You know what I'm saying? It's the foundation has changed, so I do believe those numbers to be accurate. A lot of people are divorcing because it's such a common thing. It's like going to the grocery store, or we're getting divorced. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
But how do we know, let me throw this wrench in there. How do we know somebody's in arranged marriages?
what would you say?
Like statistics, like people that's coming from other countries trying to get their there.
Arranged marriages?
Well,
Yeah, like, what if that's a
probably
part of
some
the
arranged
statistic,
marriages
too?
in there. They just didn't put that statistic.
Like, cause that
No.
could hike the number up too, because that's what's been going on recently,
It's a lot of that too. That's true. That really is true.
Statistically, I think that it's probably around that now, because there's really too much access to other people, too much access to the internet. You got online dating, you got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got all type of different ways to find other people, as well as other people to find you. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I think sometimes we just get caught up in that whole maybe being infatuated with somebody we used to fuck with, or even when we get bored, instead of just being like, this is part of the relationship, it's like, oh, this relationship get bored, I'm about to go holler at somebody else, I'm about to go try to find some excitement. And it's like, yo, if this is a relationship, it's gonna be ups and downs, don't get me wrong, even, I would say this, like even millionaires at one point in time be like, yo, we just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like every day is not a holiday. You know what I'm saying? Like some days, yeah, yo, you're not about to do nothing. I'm about to chill. Like I want to just be with my kids and be around the house. What the fuck I pay for this house for? You know, I guess it's just like in this day and age with so much instant gratification. I think that's really what a lot of it boils down to. Is just that, you know, if somebody don't get what they want when they want it, sometimes they feel like, you know, they got to go instead of just, you know, being patient and working it out. But yeah, I do think that I do think that it's that high, but I think marriage does add some, I don't know if, like you say, I don't know if it's some spiritual thing or something, but it is something about the bond, I guess, that some people want. You know what I mean? Some people feel like, you know, it's not, we not one or whatever until we, you know, jump the broom or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever we do. So, you know, I would like to see the statistics on black versus white as well. I believe it's probably more black people getting divorced than it is white people. I believe that, but, you know, I would have to check those statistics. But he also said, what else did he say? He said, yeah, he just said, so if that's the case and we know that, then why get married? Other than like, you know, unless it's spiritual or I mean, even if it's fucking spiritual, like I already know that more than likely this ain't gonna work out. So why even try?
When I was growing up, my name was Maria Torres and still is today. And my father's name was Ali Torres, my mother's name was Rosa Torres. All my siblings had the same last name. In my household, I have a different last name than my children.
Okay.
They will never feel the pride in saying what I just said. It's about family, it's about legacy, it's about carrying the name, you know, uplifting someone's life accomplishments and achievements. If you if you ever achieved anything great in your life and your kids were able to walk, you know, forward in that light and carry that as like a torch, like my dad did this, my mother did this, they achieved this. It's about setting the stage. It's that every time something happens, you know, a school gets shot up, some child does some heinous thing, like that little girl that just got released from prison that her mom used to say she was sick, but she really wasn't sick. And so she ended up murdering her mother, did like 12 years in prison, but they just let her out. She been all over the place on TV. All that type of shit that's going on right now is because of the lack of foundation, the lack of stability, the lack of support from mother and father together. It does something for a child. You know, and that's a lot of the pain that I felt, you know, as a single mother, because I felt like I deprived my children of that experience. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. So that's why marriage, you can leave things down, you leave things down the line, inheritances, you know what I'm saying, heirlooms.
Not heirlooms.
Heirlooms.
Antiques.
If you're good at something, you're a producer.
No,
you produce music.
Heirlooms, antiques, that's all. We look all hand-me-downs.
You're a producer, you produce music. You marry somebody who completely and totally supports that, and together you guys create an empire. And your children witness that. And they're hungry to achieve something like that or better. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for a child to respect a parent that ain't got their shit together. You know, and sometimes you can't always have your shit together, and that's why being married to somebody who feels like it, you know, they should feel like it's their obligation to, you know, be your partner, be at your side all the time. You having a problem with your teenager, here comes dad. You know what I'm saying? It's a partnership. It's a, you know, and I'm not saying that it can't be done with two people being separated. I'm just saying that, you know, I've witnessed the impact, you know, it can have on a child when they're accustomed to having both parents involved. They're accustomed. I've been
No,
asked the
it's
question,
definitely a
why aren't
difference.
you this last name? Why are you Torres?
Oh wow, it's crazy. It's definitely a difference, honestly. I mean, it's a factual. I mean, statistics show that two-parent households. Don't get me wrong. A kid is going to still be a kid, but there are stats that show two-parent households are definitely more healthy when it comes to raising children and things of that nature. So, no, I get it. So, family and legacy and bloodline, things of that nature, marriage. Okay. That's solid. I can respect that. Asia, what about you?
I was gonna say about the same. I don't know. I mean, to really get married is just something that I don't know if it's like something that, I mean, I guess it is because what is jumping the broom like a part of our culture? Like, I don't really know what being married technically, within each one's race. Like, everybody's getting married under the United States government. How they say we're supposed to get married. So it's like, for you to be a part of this contractual agreement that you signed up to, I need for y'all two, if y'all say y'all gonna live together, and y'all say y'all love each other, and y'all will be together forever, y'all gonna get married. So it's like, I don't know. It's like now I don't know if there's really a need for it. It's really, what are you really? You're just signing an agreement to if we get divorced, how are we going to divorce? Are you going to take all of my money, like you were saying? Like, some people are doing it just to take people's money because they're rich and they know they can do that. Some people are marrying only for that reason. They're not even marrying for love and for what our parents and our ancestors did. Like my parents was married until my dad passed. So I know what it's like to live in a two-parent household, but then it wasn't, I mean, it was great, but then we had ups and downs like any other people. Like, we had to learn from mistakes and everything. So it's like, it's a difference between not having a father like this. My kid's dad, he lives in Akron, so we co-parent, and that works for us. But I see the need where my kids need to be with their dad more. Unfortunately, they can't because they go to school up here. So it's like, when it comes to co-parenting, you got to pick how you're going to manage it correctly so things can operate. I mean, some marriages don't work out. I mean, you think they will, but they don't. And it's nothing wrong that y'all still can be friends afterwards and still raise the kids that y'all had. Y'all don't have to beef. Y'all don't have to take everybody. Like, some people think, he can't come pick these kids up, so I'm gonna be grimy and just do something spiteful. I'm gonna keep the kid. I ain't gonna let him talk to the kids for the week because he can't come and get them. Like,
That backfires on us.
it's a lot. Like, it's just more pressure on us. Like, you have to still let them be with their children, but I don't know. It's like I believe in marriage, but then I don't. It's like now, having gone through that whole process, now trying to get back out here in the whole dating scene and see what is really real out here. Like, it's hard to really say you want to commit to something when people can lie to you until y'all get married, and then when y'all married, you got what's his name, Mr. Hyde, that came out. He got a whole nother life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that you didn't even know about. Underneath, like, there's so many stories of that. So I don't know. We can go down a rabbit hole.
Okay. Well, since we can go out of our hole, let's see what this chick is talking about. Keep on the phone. Keep on to turn my phone on. Because I want to say something about it.
Divorces that happen over 40 are initiated by women. Okay, why is that? Now, I'm not trying to keep everybody married. I'm not trying to get everybody pregnant. I'm just asking people to think of their hormones. Well, as she loses these hormones, there are so many brain changes that are happening. And because she doesn't understand herself, she thinks it's your problem. She thinks it's her teenage kid's problems. She thinks it's her aging parents' problem. She thinks it's work's problem. She doesn't go, oh, okay, wait, I've got some neurochemical changes going on in my brain that I need to make sure that my lifestyle supports. And she doesn't, since that conversation isn't open, she turns on everybody else. For years, I had so many women that came into my clinic and they said, whatever you do, please help me stay out of my doctor's office. And I was like, why? Because they don't understand me, and when they don't understand me, all they do is give me an antidepressant. And I feel so lost in what I'm supposed to do to help my own brain health, help my own body health. And we start dishing out supplements and prescriptions, and there's a lifestyle that women are working against. 70% of
So, I think she was talking, she was talking more clinical, more of things that, the changes that women go through and stuff like that. I saved that. I don't know why, but obviously I saved it. And she said that's why 70% of divorces are because of women over the age. We talk about over the age of 40.
Right.
Over the age of 40. Bless you. Bless you.
I'm so sorry.
Now, before we get into that, I want to get into this before I forget. And I think when it comes to marriage and love, I think men are more, in my opinion, I think men are more, I feel like men are more maybe lovey, I guess, maybe more love, maybe
Alan?
more. I'm keeping it a buck. Like, I'm not talking about being nice guys or nothing like that, but I am talking about love and wanting, like, I feel like men, like, it takes a lot for us to walk away from a marriage. It takes a lot for us to want a divorce, in my opinion. I don't know, I've never been married, but I have been in relationships. And even in relationships that I've been in, it seems like I've been the more patient one. The one who's like, yo, it's cool.